Hello students, hope you are all fine and doing well. So today we have to start the new lesson in the history, social and religious reformation movements. So what is mean by, we have to get to know the meaning of reformation first. Reformation meaning is change, okay. So what they want to bring in a change, actually change in the social attitudes as well as in the religious attitudes, because many of the people, okay, in the previous days or in previous years, many of the people followed the many blind beliefs, many in the name of tradition or in the name of culture or in the name of custom. They are following the many blind beliefs, okay, many blind belief in the sense, a good example that is a child marriage, I think you know about that, or the purda system, or the dowry system, even still today it is there actually, or multiple idol worship, or the illiteracy, or the child marriage. So like that, the many of the blind beliefs the peoples had followed in the name of God, in the name of God, or in the name of tradition, or in the name of culture, or in the name of customs, okay. So against to that, okay, to remove all those what they had the very blind thought in the minds of the people, to remove that only, many of the reformers, I mean to bring the changes in about the blind belief in the name, in the minds of the people, to remove that only, many of the reformers were took over and they had done the many reformation, okay. From them only, or for the sake of reformation only, okay, even what they had, they are believing the blind thoughts and everything, they has almost the 70 to 80% has released or resolved actually. Now the peoples are leading the modern life, okay. But even till today in rural areas we can see those blind beliefs and everything. What is mean by social reformation? The first question, an attempt to reform the society against the social practices. I told no, so blind beliefs are also called as social practices. Against the social practices, an attempt was made by the reformers. Who are those reformers? Reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Dayananda Saraswati, Atma Rama Panduranga, Jyotiba Phule, or Ani Besant, or Swami Vivekananda, like that many are there. Basavanna, Akka Mahadevi, through their vachanas, they have started the many reformation. They have started the social reformers. What I told, those are all called as the social reformers. Who are those? The Raja Ram Mohan Roy, or Dayananda Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Atma Rama Panduranga, Jyotiba Phule. They are all called as the social reformers and religious reformers. Through their vachanas, they has created the awareness in the minds of the people. Last year you learnt about that. That is a Basavanna, Akka Mahadevi, Lama Prabhu, like that. Many vachanakaras are there. Okay. An attempt was made by the reformer to reform the society against the social practices. Against the social practices. Social practices means blind belief. That is called as the social reformation. Keep that thing in mind. Okay. So in the same way, if you have taken a religious reformation, what is the meaning of religious reformation? An attempt made by the religious reformers against the religious practices. So this is against the social practices and this is against the religious practices. That is called as the religious reformation. Okay, I think hope you will understand both the concept, that is the social reformation and religious reformation. In that I told you already, that is the Brahma. First we have to know about the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So in this lesson, I mean in 10th class, you learnt about the social reformers, mainly religious reformers you already learnt in the 9th class. So that's fine. So that is the social reformers you can learn. That is the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. One of the major social reformer was, that is the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Yes, Raja Ram Mohan Roy was established the one organization that is called as the Brahma Samaj. Very important. The organization established by the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, that is the Brahma Samaj. Keep in mind. Through this organization, Raja Ram Mohan Roy has started to create the awareness in the minds of the people. This Brahma Samaja was established by him in the year 1828. Keep that thing also in mind. Okay. The same year, I told you already, the English education as introduced by the Lord William Bentinck, right? So for that introduction of the English education in India, so behind that Raja Ram Mohan Roy effort is also more. Keep that is also mind. Okay. What is that? Behind the introducing of English education in India, behind that the effort of the Raja Ram Mohan Roy was enormous. Okay. So that English education creates a new class, I mean modern class in India, because by the English education people has started to learn the more epics related to the Christian or related to the Muslim or related to the Sikh or related to the Jain or related to the Parsi. Then they has to get to know that yes, we are following these blind beliefs simply or blindly without any reasons. Okay, then the many people has move in the path of awareness by the English education. English education is the basic brick there to create the awareness. That's why Raja Ram Mohan Roy has started or struggled a lot to introduce the English education in India. I mean, he put a lot of force for the English or for the British to introduce the English education in India. So that thing you have to keep in mind. Okay. And also English education has developed the democracy, nationalism, and also as well as equality. Then British protect their political and the economical system through the one theory that is called as the white man burden theory. This is very important. White man burden theory. So after implementing that English education, as Indian people particularly started to get the awareness, so that's why 1828, within say 50 to 60 year, I mean 19th century, what we called as, that is the 19th century is referred as the new awakening time of the Reformation. Okay, new awakening time of the Reformation. I mean, the people has started to awake themselves about the Reformation. Okay, in the history of India, the 19th century. For that, the main reason is getting an English education. Okay. Yes, people has developed along with that nationalism, equality, and etc. And they have introduced to protect themselves. British, yes, when the Indians has awakened themselves, has created the nationalism, they started to revolt against the British, or they started to protest the many British actually in India. They have established the many organization. Through that organization, they started the revolt against the British. To protect themselves, they have established one theory that is called white man burden theory. The name itself says white man in the sense British people are suffering, burden in the sense suffering a lot by who are the Indians get an English education by them. Okay, so that's why to protect themselves economically or politically, they have implemented the white man burden theory. What that theory says that no one Indians questions the administration of the English. No one Indian doesn't question the administration of the English. Okay, that what they made the English that rule is final. So according to that they has implemented, and this white man burden theory was opposed by the many reformers. So that through their revolts or through the struggle or through the protest. So that's why 19th century is considered as the Indian Renaissance. Yes, Raja Ram Mohan Roy implemented the established the Brahma Samaja. He advocate. What are the preachings of Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Preaching nothing but the teachings. Keep in mind. Okay. What are the preachings of? However they can ask. Okay. What are the preachings of Brahma Samaj, or what are the preachings of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, or what are the teachings of Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Brahma Samaj bring the lot of changes in the Indian society in the 19th century. Like that, anyhow they can ask, but the answer is same. Keep in mind. Okay. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy advocated the monotheism. This is very important. So what is mean by monotheism? Monotheism means worship of single God, that is called as the monotheism. Keep that in mind. Okay. Worship of single God is called as the monotheism. Okay. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy advocated means urged, guide the people, okay, to practice only the single idol worship, and he opposed the meaning of rituals in the sense custom. In the name of custom or the rituals, what they have followed, the people, the blind beliefs or the social practices, that thing has opposed by him. And also he opposed the polygamy. Mainly you have to concentrate here what he has encouraged and what he has opposed. That is very easy for you actually to learn the question answers and to answer them. Okay. So mainly we have to know about that what he has opposed. Actually he has opposed them opposed the polygamy. He has opposed the polygamy in the sense marrying of many women. Then the child marriage also one of the custom by that time actually. So even till today it is exist in many villages actually. Then mainly he opposed the sati system in the sense polygamy, marrying of more women. Child marriage means marrying of the children and below 14 years. Sati system in the sense if the husband is died in the same time, at that same time, so the wife also want to buried herself, that is called as the sati system. And he encouraged, this is the opposition. So in everything you have to concentrate, almost the similar point it will be repeated here. So opposition and the encouragement, what he has given, that is the encouragement. Encouraged for what? Yes, he has encouraged for the widow remarriage, because many of the widows due to the child marriage, even in a lowest age only, many of the girl becoming a widow. So that's why he has encouraged for the widow remarriage. Then the English education and equality also. English education, caste marriage, intercaste particularly, that is the intercaste marriage. English education, what I told you already. Widow remarriage, caste remarriage, English education, and also for equality against the caste system. We are all equal. As he encouraged for the widow remarriage, intercaste marriage, English education and equality. And he started one newspaper. Newspaper is very important actually. Which newspaper started by him? That is the Samvada Kaumudi in Bengali language. Keep in mind. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy was started one newspaper that is called as the Samvada Kaumudi. Samvada Kaumudi. Pronounce again. Samvada Kaumudi. In which language? That is also important. That is in Bengali language. Yes, Raja Ram Mohan Rai started the one of the newspaper, that is the Samvada Kaumudi, in Bengali language. Let us recall the preachings of Raja Ram Mohan Rai or Brahma Samaja. So, Brahma Samaja was established by the Raja Ram Mohan Roy in the year 1828. Then he advocated the monotheism. Monotheism means single-idol worship. Then he opposed the practice of rituals or the customs or the traditions. Then he opposed the polygamy, child marriage, sati system. Then he encouraged for the widow remarriage, intercaste marriage, English education, equality, and also he started his own newspaper to create the awareness in the minds of the people, or to create to publish the reforming activities, everything. So in his own in the Bengali language, that is Samvada Kaumudi, because Raja Ram Mohan Roy basically he was a Bengalian. Yes, by seeing his work and everything, Raja Ram Mohan Roy hard work and his reforming, his teachings and preaching. So Rabindranath Tagore, I think you know about that. Rabindranath Tagore, he was the famous poet who wrote the Gitanjali, and our national anthem also it was taken from that. So that Rabindranath Tagore was proclaimed him. Proclaimed means hogalodu. He was proclaimed was how he was proclaimed. So that is Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the harbinger of modern India. Harbinger, that is very important. Harbinger of modern India, progenitor of social reformation, then the prophet of Indian nationalism, okay. Rabindranath Tagore proclaimed him. Proclaimed means hogalodu, okay. How he was proclaimed the Raja Ram Mohan Roy work or his teachings or his work, hard work and everything. That is, he proclaimed that Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the harbinger of modern India, then the progenitor of social reformation, and also the prophet of Indian nationalism. Keep in mind. Okay, harbinger of modern India. What is mean by harbinger? Harbinger in the sense Pitamaha. Okay, father. Harbinger means father. Progenitor in the sense Janaka, or producer. Then the prophet in the sense more knowledgeable. He was called as a prophet, or who guide the people to move in a straight path. He was called as a prophet, or the person who sent by the God. He was also called as a prophet. Like that we can give any name for that. Okay, I think you learned about the prophet in a 9th standard. Okay, so prophet means the person who sent by the God to awaken the people, or to move the people, helps to move the people in a straight path. That is called as a prophet. So thus the Rabindranath Tagore proclaimed the Raja Ram Mohan Roy work, that is, he was a harbinger of modern India, progenitor of social reformation, and prophet of Indian nationalism. Yes, this is about the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Next we have to move for the Young Bengal movement actually. So this Young Bengal movement, very important. In a Bengal only it was started. Young Bengal, the name itself says the movement has took place by the young in the sense youth, that is very important. So this Young Bengal movement was started by Henry Lewis Vivian Derozio. That is Vivian Derozio. Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Keep in mind. Okay. Yes, the Young Bengal movement was started by the British. He was a British actually officer, Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Why he has started actually? He has started this is one of the Young Bengal is one of the association to inculcate the new education system in India. To inculcate the new education system in India. His mindset, Henry Louis Vivian Derosio was a kind-hearted British actually. So what the British already implemented the English education to inculcate that, I mean to cultivate that, to grow that. So he built one organization, academic association it is, Young Bengal. So through that association, he started to give a modern education to the India. Who? Henry Louis Vivian Derosio. Okay. And he also created the national thinking, and he also opposed the caste system what is exist in India already. So he opposed the caste system, because I think you know about that in a caste system the lower class peoples are very ill treated. So that's why Henry Louis Vivian Derosio mainly opposed the caste system. And also through his association he has provided the modern education for the Indians, and also he has created the national thinking. So next is about Arya Samaja. Arya Samaja. So this Arya Samaja was started by Dayananda Saraswati, one more reformer, Indian reformer, that is the Dayananda Saraswati. Keep in mind. Okay. So Dayananda Saraswati started the Arya Samaja in the year 1875. Chronological events are very important. 1828 it is Brahma Samaja, 1875 Arya Samaja. He advocated all the Hindus should believe one God. He also advocated the monotheism. Okay, all the Hindus should believe the one God. He advocated that. Clearer? And also he opposed the same point. He opposed the caste system. Here also we can get to know that caste system, polygamy and child marriage, and he encouraged the intercaste marriage. Same points: intercaste marriage, widow remarriage, and equality also. Then he also advocated the people, mainly he advocated the people to return to Vedas through his slogan, that is the Back to Vedas. This is very important slogan given by Dayananda Saraswati to the Indians, that is Back to Vedas. Basically Dayananda Saraswati was Brahmins. You know very well about the Vedas. I think you know about that. 4 types of Vedas are there: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, right? Is it a? So he found that Dayananda Saraswati, basically if he was a Brahmin also, but he had a very creative mindset, creative thinking, and himself as a Brahmin, he opposed these customs, these traditions like what polygamy, child marriage, or multiple idol worship, or many things. Okay, basically himself he was a Brahmin also. I think you know about that. Brahmins were supported lot for those systems, but Dayananda Saraswati opposed that, and he told to the people back to Vedas, and he strongly told to the people, or guide the people actually. Vedas didn't tell anywhere to follow all these customs, or all these rituals, or all these practices. Actually they taught us to move in a good way, or the straight path, which are the Vedas. So that's why what are all the people faced the many problems like poverty or illiteracy, or what are the family problems are there. For everything there will be the solution. There will be the solution in Vedas. We found that. Okay, because he roamed across the country and found that many of the people are suffered with many different problems. Actually even they can't able to get a food also, one time meal also. That's why he told to the people, because due to the English education, almost the peoples are stick on to the other religious and everything. To save the Hindu religion particularly, he called the people back to Vedas. Okay, he urged the people. Urged means he forced actually. Okay, to the people back to Vedas, because all the solutions you are searching in Bible, or you are searching in Quran, or you are searching in a Granth Sahib, like that. No. All the solutions are in a Vedas only. That's why you have to come back to Vedas. I mean, you have to study the Vedas first. Like that, here you get the people who Dayananda Saraswati. That is very important actually. So here you get the, and he also started to give a Vedic education only for the Indians. He started the many Anglo-Vedic colleges and Gurukula Vidyalaya. That is very important. He established the Anglo-Vedic college. This is very important. Note down here, Anglo-Vedic college, in the sense here the Veda education what is there in Sanskrit should be teach in English. That is very important. Okay, so that's why he has started to teach the Vedas in the English. That's why for that only he has established the own college, that is the Anglo-Vedic college. Who want to learn the Vedic education in Sanskrit only, for them that is the Gurukula Vidyalaya. Gurukula Vidyalaya, because Gurukula, I think you know about that. It is one of the great school in a previous year which is taught the many students. Okay, so that is very important. He started the Anglo-Vedic college. Who want to know the Vedas in English, for them, I mean Vedas has translated there and make them to learn, and Gurukula Vidyalaya helps to learn the Vedas in Sanskrit only. So like that, this is the work of Dayananda Saraswati. Through the Arya Samaja organization, he did all those work, and he gave a lot of contribution for the society through his organization and awaken the people. Hope you will understand everything. So tomorrow we have to continue with the Prarthana Samaja. Till that, thank you.